Hey everybody, I'm Keith, the bearded home mechanic, with the very first video in a series of videos where I will be working on a very good looking 67 Plymouth Belvedere. So here's the deal. I work in my home garage, as you can see here. I am not a professional. I have no professional experience, no professional training. This is a video for people who, like me, just enjoy working on cars, and it just happens to be that I enjoy working on older cars, like this Plymouth behind me. Now, if you follow me on Instagram at Bearded Home Mechanic, you will have already seen a 5-part first look video. 5-part first look series of videos? Yeah, series of videos showing a little bit more detail of the Plymouth than I'm going to show you here. If you want to see those videos and some other behind the scenes type stuff for the videos, I'll post a link below. So without any more hesitation, let's go ahead and take a quick look at the Plymouth. Now, you may have noticed that there are some yellow straps underneath the car. That is because this car is literally a barn find. It was sitting since 1994, according to the inspection sticker that's on the window, and the owner that I bought it from. So I haven't even tried to turn this car over. Haven't stuck the key in the ignition. The reason being, from what I understand, you generally want to flush fluids, all that other good stuff before attempting to do anything like that. Also, there's not a battery in it. So in order to get it in and out of my garage, what I've ended up having to do is I ended up connecting this 4,500 pound winch made by X-Bull, bolted it directly to my garage floor. I've already run the line, so we didn't have to waste time doing that, and connected it to tow straps, hooked up. Another issue is these tires will hold air, but not for very long. Yes, that is rubber. The tire is flat. The front tire up here is flat. So before we can pull this thing into the garage, we're gonna have to inflate the tires. So next I'm going to hook the winch line up to the tow straps. And I'm gonna hook it up on the left-hand one so that it pulls the car a little bit to the right, if that makes sense. Luckily, the X-Bull system that I bought does come with a remote control, makes it so much easier. That way I don't have to be right up at the winch in order to let the line out, and I can still steer the car. There we go. As you can see, it is hooked up to the chassis of the car. So, as you may have seen in the last clip, the car suddenly lurched forward. And that is because sometimes I do dumb stuff, like leave a car in park while I'm trying to move it forward. In case you're wondering, don't do that. All that manages to do is put more strain on whatever mechanism it is that you're trying to use to move the car, in my case the winch, and essentially just drags the car like that. So yeah, I dragged the car about 2 feet before I realized my mistake. One issue with using the winch to pull the car in and let the car fall out of the garage, because my driveway is a slope, so it slopes down away from the garage, is that I couldn't install the guide line, the line guide, and go with the line guide, on the winch. There just wasn't enough clearance between the ground and the mounting brackets. So I have to stop pulling the car in, put it in park, or put wheel chocks behind it, and release some of the line out, and then feed the line back into the winch, or else it'll all just sit in one space and get bunched up. It's my high-tech wheel chock. Yeah, it's a piece of wood. So at this point, the left toe strap is far enough to the left that it's causing the winch line to rub against the frame of the winch, so I have to switch it over. So the last obstacle I'm facing is that was scary. It randomly started letting line out, and when I went to stop it, it started pulling line in, and I wasn't pushing any buttons. So that's interesting. All right. So as I was saying, the last obstacle I'm facing is that my hot water tank, or my water heater, whatever you want to call it, is in my garage, as you can see, and it takes up a good chunk of corner. And as I have a 2-car garage with 2 doors, I can't just pull the car into the middle of the garage. So what I have to be very careful of is making sure the car isn't gonna hit this corner right here, which it looks like I should be okay. It just makes working on the car incredibly. Now, I could have come in at more of an angle and come into this space a little bit over here. And I really should have done that, but it is the way it is now. So a little change of plans. I did end up backing the car back out of the garage, maybe halfway, a third of the way, and pulled it back in at a more severe angle. The reason being, I knew trying to work on the driver's side of the car would just be the biggest pain in the butt, with it being that close to the hot water tank area. So I've created more room. As you can see, I can actually fit through there now. The issue with pulling the car into the garage at an angle like this is that this car is incredibly long. I think it is close to, I want to say 118 inches long, which is, gosh, I don't know, maybe 17 feet. I don't know, 16 feet, 17, I'm not a math guy. I don't know. And so what happens is I lose a lot of room up here. I have probably maybe 1.5 feet, 2 feet of room up here from the very front bumper to the wall. And then back here, I am back as far as I can possibly be for the corner of the car to where the garage. So that's it for today's video. I plan on making this a semi-regular thing. Hopefully once a week I'll have some sort of video out for you. I will try to keep them all between right around 15 minutes long. By the next video, I should have all of this stuff cleared out, moved out of the way, and we'll be able to really get to working on this car. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you've gotten anything from the video, give it a thumbs up. Comment on it with any suggestions you may have about working on the car, video quality, anything you want to comment on. And definitely subscribe if you want to see the rest of the videos.